Hello, everybody again. So here we are. My name is Brigitte
And I'm Sirpa.
Evelyn here.
and Evelyn again. So Sirpa and I were your hosts for today again, and we're talking about Paso Doble still. And Evelyn is going to treat us to a piece of choreography that you might want to talk about first a little bit before you show us.
Yeah, I think it's a very special one. It's called the Salvador. I used to dance this in my first competitions, and it was very popular in competitions as well as for club dancing, for dance schools. And it has special rhythms, and it's a very nice piece to learn how to lead. And it gives a Paso Doble feeling, which I want to show you. Okay, are you ready?
We're
I
ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. You are
Totally.
ready. Okay.
Yeah, excited.
It was mainly popular in competitions in the 60s and 70s. So I turn around and I will show first the men's steps. We start in an open hold, and I have left hand to right hand hold. The other arm is just free. And I start with my left foot, and to do this, I must prepare my left foot variation with a 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have a delay, and my left foot is free. I start. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was I too
Beautiful.
fast?
Beautiful. Well, you can
Yeah,
take it down one more time, a little slower.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's 2/8, yeah?
What you say, Sirpa?
2/8, 8 bars, yeah?
Yeah. Do you know it? Did you see it before?
Uh, we've done something similar, but not exactly that, no.
I know. Okay, I do it again.
Yes.
Now, Salvador, to prepare it, we have to start with a 5, 6, 7, 8, because it's a left foot variation. I start 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Great. Great. So can you show us also what the lady is doing?
Yes, I turn around and I give the man my right hand, start in open position, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we start. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. And 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, cut it out.
Could
Yay.
you do it, the lady, also the other way? So that you are
That's better.
backing us, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
our audience can also get the lady step. Yeah.
Yes.
lady steps from the back, starting preparing the left foot, 5, 6, 7, 8. We start Salvador. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow,
That's
it's
Yeah.
nice.
Quite a swiveling act there in between, right?
Yeah.
And it's a nice lead to in that.
Crossing.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So, Sirpa has agreed that she's gonna rape Jukka into doing this for us and our audience so that we can see it how it's done as a couple. I think that's beautiful. Excuse the wording, but I thought because he doesn't know yet, right? So
He doesn't know yet, no.
he's gonna find out later. Beautiful, thank you. And you said that this is something that you danced in the 60s,
Yes.
competition floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So, Evelyn, you were telling us in the last session that this was actually a social dance before it became a dance that went onto stage. And from the stage, it came back down and then onto the dance floor as a competition dance. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a little piece that I want to share with you, but I want to read you the credits so that we know who is doing it and also what it was done for. So it's Antonio Gades and Cristina Hoyos in a scene from Bodas de Sangre, a part of Carlos Saura's dance trilogy based on the Garcia Lorca's work. So, and here we see, first of all, I think beautifully we hear the music, and then we see, of course, it's a part of this wedding dance or celebration. But I let you view it, and then we talk about it after.
Sin sangre mi vena, en sala y temores, de mosita sin fortuna, que lloran pena de amores, que lloran pena de amores, bajo la luz de la luna. Hey, ay, bajo la luz de la luna, sombrero, ay, mi sombrero. Eres de gracia un tesoro y tienes rumbo torero. Cuando te llevo a los toros, te quiero porque en tu sana sombrero de mi querer conserva bordado con gracia el beso de una mujer. Tienes planta de maceta, allentita el señorío, que eres rey de la carreta, de la piel del rocío, en tu seda primosa, aún revuelan los lamentos, de promesa amorosa, que después se lleva el viento. Hey, ay, bajo la luz de la luna, sombrero, ay, mi sombrero, eres de gracia un tesoro y tienes rumbo torero. Cuando te llevo a los toros, te quiero porque en tu sana sombrero de mi querer conserva bordado con gracia el beso de una mujer. Tienes planta de maceta, allentita el señorío, eres rey de la carreta, de la piel del rocío, en tu cela primosa, aún revuelan los lamentos, de promesa amorosa, que después se lleva el viento. Hey, ay, que después se lleva el viento. Sombrero, ay, mi sombrero, eres de gracia un tesoro y tienes rumbo torero. Cuando te llevo a los toros, te quiero porque en tu sana sombrero de mi querer conserva bordado con gracia el beso de una mujer.
Very nice.
Isn't it beautiful? So I think you see a lot of different things that are interesting for us. First, it's this, you know, this whole upper body movement that we had seen in the very, very past, right? Evelyn, maybe you want to talk about
Yes, because the evolution says what they are doing are walking dances. They are not figure dancing.
Yeah.
It's just walking from one foot to the other. I saw like a grand circle, like leading lady around and sometimes under the arm. And that was called a walking dance.
And that's kind of where the name comes from, Paso Doble.
Yeah, the double
two
step.
steps.
Just from one to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and interesting, I find that we were talking last time also a little bit about merengue. Oh, in the Latin dancing, whereas I mean Paso is also Latin, but I'm thinking Latin America, right? With the hip movement. So the upper body was still, and you had the hips move. No? So I think in the end it's the same, just like other dances also have these two steps, but the upper body in the beginning of this clip, and then you have the merengue where there is no upper body movement all on, right?
Yeah,
So,
and it's like the Paso has this lot of shaping, which even nowadays, if we think about compared to the rhythm dances, so you have so much shaping going on, and from the shape to shape, you actually create the movement, not using so much body or hip action.
yeah, and I think in the second part, where the group then danced organized choreography, you could see almost like, okay, that's how it developed, right? It came from this, and all of a sudden, and we saw things like the paseos, you know, where you cross over and swivel, similar to what you showed us here, Evelyn, right?
Yeah, and I also realized the reason of the Paso Doble, the man and woman story. And I could see clearly how they changed their poise when they danced with another man and when she danced with the man. And the story was very clear.
Yes, 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 yes. And you can see elements that are away from that cape story that was, I think, overused at some point in time in our dance world. I'm glad that we developed from there into a female proud Spanish dancer rather than I'm just shaping here the cape. No? Although it both has its place. It both has its place. No?
And of course, like as the flamenco dancers, they have been groundbreaking in the sense that they have brought the old style and more the sort of like authentic style compared to the Spanish ballet flamenco style, for example. So, and in this combination of Lorca, Saura, or Lorca obviously not being alive, but like sort of like this combination, they also produced the other movie El Amor Brujo, where they actually dance more open work as well then.
Yeah, I think you have dug deep into this, Sirpa, no? In your studies of authentic dance.
And I love this fact, like you said, that of course, for the man shaping, if we think nowadays competing, it's very easy for them to find moments to feel like how the cape would move and how it would rotate and how they used it for their own rotation. But as a woman, you don't particularly always feel like wanting to be the cape. You would rather feel the flight of the skirt, or like if we think what has come from flamenco rather than this old, like a French walking style, what Evelyn was talking about. So I think we have so much ingredients in a way to create the Paso. So I love that.
Also, I think Sevillanas, which is another folk dance coming out of Sevilla, is beautiful to look into as a competitive dancer, to see how versatile Spanish dance is. Not just like you said, there is the a more theatrical style that you see on stage or hear like Carlos Saura's work, and then you have the folk, your Paso Doble, and then you have the Sevillanas, but everything has a certain style to it, a posture, poise in the upper body, head position, hands working, etc. Beautiful.
And like they have for example, if you think flamenco and the Spanish ballet flamenco, they have the arm movements established like in the ballet, classical ballet, which has of course been around also for all these centuries. So there's so much tradition, but also kind of the principles that you can build on, I think.
Yeah, I remember I did a workshop. I did flamenco also quite intensive, and did workshops in Spain. And just alone the hand movements, the turning of the wrists, without dropping the elbows, and how you bring them higher up, and the poise. Oh, everything. I was so not used to that. But I think it gave me a great sense, just probably all of us, no, when we watch other dance forms, how it gives us a sense for this particular one.
And how did, like Evelyn, you said this step was very popular. So was it more that people copied it from each other, or were there certain teachers who said, like, you have to do this, this is part of our ballroom Latin tradition, or how did it grow and continue to be there?
I think it came from Monsieur Pierre and Doris Lavelle. So they gave it to the next generation, and they put it then in the book, the popular variation. I heard about something like Pierre was also teaching Walter Laird, and he, because he invented the Cuban style, not invented, but brought it to Europe.
As a first one, yes.
And they had their first book. He had a small book, she had a book, and from that, I think it developed. It came into the competition field.
Yeah. We can probably speak about this whole development with Monsieur Pierre again because we are going to talk to Evelyn again.
Okay.
Zumba. Yeah, because that was also a very interesting thing that we are not going to talk about now. Hush, hush. Another time.
Evelyn, I'm really interested to know, actually, like, you know, you lived in Germany. So did you actually practice together with other couples in Germany, or did you always travel to England or somewhere else to study and practice there? Or how did it work at your time?
Yes, because when I started, I had to dance direct professional competitions. I never danced in amateurs. So we were not in a club. We were always on our own. After finishing dance teachers' work at 11 at night, we practiced. We practiced in the morning between 8 and 10. So we were alone on the field. And we never did, in the beginning, dancing finals to get our stamina. No. We always practice part of our, if we take the Paso Doble, the Paso was split in 3 parts. Every dance was split in 3 parts. Every dance had a highlight. So sometimes we practice number 2 or only number 3 the whole day. And we only got together really on competitions or when we went to England, correct. And I was shocked when I was first in Blackpool. I went Wednesday afternoon. We went for the practice session. And I saw the huge floor and the mass of good couples. And I said to Opitz, what are we going to do? Why are we here? They are all so good and they are all so perfect. And I wondered why we made the final straight on. I never understood, because there were such a lot of couples I never saw before.
So when you said we practiced number 1 or we practiced number 2, what do you mean by that?
The Paso, every dance had 3 parts: a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Okay.
Choreo.
Okay. The first
So
one.
actually, you've been very organized, haven't you? Like, you had a practice plan. And I think sometimes I feel nowadays even it's a bit frightening when people say we did the rounds, or kind of like, I think the dancing stamina is something special. You have to have stamina for creating your movements, not just going through it. And I think this is something which is, I feel as a teacher even and a trainer, or I think that sometimes it's a little bit misunderstood what is important when you actually go through your choreography. Like just to go through it, that's not actually stamina wise very high level, is it? Because as a dancer you have to be so focused in your movements. But I suppose we all live different times.
Yeah. No, very true. And I think as you develop and as you go on and continue in your advancement as a teacher, as a choreographer, as a coach, you pay attention to different things. You know, stamina is not just going through the rounds, but also, okay, how do I breathe? Yeah, because I can save a lot of energy. Yes.
Yeah. I can remember for me it started at the end of the 60s, and Rudi and Mechtel Trautz, they were the first in Germany who are really working on stamina, and therefore they always beat us because they were working. He was running and doing gymnastics and we only did our routines.
Yeah. In that movie clip that we saw from Karl Breuer, the moderator said that now this has been taken into the field of the sport at that time. So in 59, where it became more exhausting, so to speak. So
yeah. And of course, like if you can build your aerobic stamina, like for example, running, cycling, swimming. I mean, obviously we also have used it, and I know many people use this like other exercises. So that can help you then to have a better stamina for dancing. But the aerobic stamina itself is not enough as a dancer for the intensity of the movement and all that. So I think that's why it is a sport and art all together in one body, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like ballet if you think about it, or contemporary, all those dance forms that require such high skills today. Also, that's interesting, I find, in my development already. When I started, I was able to do the splits, and that was a big thing.
Yes.
At that time, yeah, in the 80s, when I started, late 80s into the 90s here in Germany with Udo. Oh, he's in the back here. You see this picture?
Which picture?
That is,
no.
Yeah, there's a picture behind me.
On the wall.
That. Okay. Sorry. Yes.
It's a choreography from Wolfgang Opitz. For Udo and I, a segue, and we had the polka dot dress and did the Paso Doble. Anyways, that was besides the point. No, what I was going to say was that the skills, yeah, it has changed so dramatically. Yeah, I mean, if you think about how, Evelyn, how you went down into the knee and how much effort it cost and the posture and everything. And today, and it has been all over the sports world too.
And I mentioned the cartwheel in the Paso Doble, which we danced in a competition, and it was so dangerous.
Yeah.
The cartwheel, remember?
Yes. You did it in hold, correct?
Yeah, in hold.
What was together?
In the air, and you need space for that.
Yeah. But
So
did you both do it, or he made you do it, or
how did you do it?
He okay.
I did it.
Oh, you mean the legs flying?
Yeah.
We did similar. Sometimes people say like it's a jump, but I said no, it's a lift. I said no, I jump.
No, that's a lift, definitely a lift.
Yeah. So these things are gone.
I can tell you my story about Volley and Nina, because we were certain times in 4th place in the final in Blackpool. And Wolfgang started to talk with Nina in the bar without me, because I was a little girl and had no idea. So he said, from now on, we will take Nina as our coach, as our trainer. And she came first time, and we were walking on Rumba choreography. And my idol was and still is in Lorraine. And I could not see me dancing like Nina. And I had big problems to acknowledge her in her way to dance, not in the ways she puts choreography together, and to help me with my hairstyle and with all outside things and so on. But I had great problems to switch over to another teacher.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, when we moved to London, I remember then, I mean, we moved to study with Volley and of course to practice with other couples and all this. And then we happened to be one night in the same place with Nina, and somebody organized like a dinner thing. And she started talking to us and maybe exactly similar sort of like instinct that that's not the way where we want to go. Even it was, of course, not so maybe, I mean, you are a young person and this woman is starting to talk to you what you should do and how you should approach what you do wrong. And it was a bit like, okay, no, we continue with Wally because we were so happy with him. And yeah.
Interesting. That was a very interesting time, I think, for the development of the style too, because Nina had an instinct for competitiveness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was at that time when she danced at cha-cha-cha, the hands had no style. It was like a penguin.
Yeah.
Really?
So in fan, she was standing like this, and I said to Opitz, I never will do that.
You were
I'm not a
strong. I love
penguin.
it.
And you know, Lorraine was working and playing with the hands, and suddenly we had to cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Not my thing.
But it is true, she was somehow so strong and clear that she did make champions, didn't she?
Yeah, she always made champions. Yes.
Oh, Evelyn, that was great. Thank you so much for being with us again. And we will talk to you again about this rumba thing.
Yeah.
I know about it. Yeah, and so Paul, it was great to have you here with me as a
Thank you.
And we see you all again soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Paso Doble, El Salvador. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Paso Doble, El Salvador with shaping. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Paso Doble, El Salvador. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.